How's everybody doing this morning? Yeah? Y'all kind of subdued, or y'all excited about being here today? Yeah, that's good. All right, well, that's good. So I'm excited because we're about to baptize, as you can tell, and it's a special occasion because you don't get to baptize adults that often, and that's exactly what we're doing today. And so I'm thankful for Billy and Stephanie Paget, and they came to me recently and said, "We're not sure if you were aware, but we've never officially joined the church." Isn't that funny? I mean, Bill and Stephanie and their family have been around here for a long time now. I don't even know how long, but it's been a while. Their kids are grown up here, and it's like, wow, I lost track of that. I didn't even realize. So they're here with us today. They want to be baptized. They want to join the church officially, and they want to share a quick word with you too. So Stephanie, if you'll come on. There you go. You're going to have to actually get pretty close to it, but don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Okay, so I was raised in the church. I was definitely raised by some amazing Christian parents who very much emphasized the power of prayer and just focusing every challenge on praying. And through that time, I had a great relationship with God. And then I went to college. And I went to church. I was involved in church. I sang in church. But as time went on and challenges began to arise, I didn't necessarily have my parents right there to pray with me. And so it became a challenge, and I began to question God a lot. And as I began to question, needless to say, those challenges got greater and got more frustrating, and I became angry. And as Billy and I still believed in God. We went to church, but I definitely became angry, and it continued because the enemy was like, well, you're questioning it. Let's keep going. But as we had kids, I knew that I needed to change that. And so as I started coming to this church, I was very stubborn, and Billy wanted to join. I was the holdup. But I knew that God was definitely talking to us, and there was a reason we were coming to this church. But as I began to say, yes, I am going to listen to God, and I'm going to forgive the enemy that is in me to be able to be part of God, and through the different awesome services and things we went to. But challenges still kept coming. Challenges that had me questioning my need to exist, and my need to be part of the world that we lived in, that sent me down a really dark path. And no matter how much my husband was there, and I knew God was there, and I knew the people around me, there was about a week that I almost wasn't here anymore. And I took that step at that point that God came to me and said, no, you need to live. And so with that, I began to really focus, and we went and talked to doctors and things like that. And I began to take those steps in order to be here and be part of church. And so I pushed myself to be part of this church. I pushed myself to do it, even though I wasn't comfortable yet. But throughout this past year particularly, I pushed myself then to be better in the Word, and to be better in Sunday school, and to be better in what I needed to do. And this summer, I have really put myself into opening up the Bible and just saying, God, talk to me. And through that, I found that I no longer needed the medications that were helping me throughout the day. I just needed God. Amen. And he has been talking to me all summer because I stopped talking and I just started listening. Wow. And so that's what the next step was. I needed to join this church fully because he said, I'm here for you fully, so you need to be here for me fully. So I'm here.
Amen. What a word. There you go. Well, Stephanie, we're so pleased for you to share your testimony. We're pleased to hear about what God's doing in your life, and we're pleased to be a part of what you're doing today. And so together with the church family, Stephanie, we baptize you, our sister, in the name of the Father and of the Son and the Holy Spirit, buried with Christ in death, and raised to walk with him in the newness of life. What a great word. Come on, Billy. No cannonballs. No. The temptation is real. That is slick. It is a little bit, isn't it? Do you want to share a word? You're going to get fairly close, but don't touch it.
So I don't talk near as much as Stephanie does. But the Lord has like Stephanie said, I was raised in a household where going to church was important, and I was blessed to be surrounded with a wonderful group of people as a kid, and was baptized as a child. But again, college led a lot of different opportunities, and surrounding myself in the Word wasn't always a priority. But being married to Stephanie and seeing how godly she was, even going through the struggles she went through, and then when we started having kids, we knew, together that being in church and raising our children in a God-fearing home was important. But there was always a part of me that just kept holding something back. I'm not gonna submit, not gonna give myself up, and as Stephanie talked about, working through things this summer, and it's just been apparent to both of us that we've got to give ourselves to God and do what He's calling us to do. And there was a message earlier this summer that God, whenever He's calling you, He accounts for your inadequacies and your ignorance to do what He wants you to do. So just give up and give it to God and let Him do what He wants you to do. So that's what we're here to.
All right, you can be right up here, brother.
Stay over.
Now, Billy, as a man, I appreciate you bringing your family to church, raising your kids here, leading your family in that way. We appreciate the fact that you're here today to join this church officially. More than anything, your testimony in Jesus as Savior. And so because of this testimony, Billy, together with the church family, I baptize you, my brother, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, buried with Jesus in death, and raised with Him to walk in newness of life. Take your time on the way up. Well, if that gets you fired up, would you stand up with me? The ladies are going to come, and we're going to sing some songs and worship our Savior, our risen Savior. But let's start off with a word of prayer.